Hello everyone, this is Calebtrain, and welcome to the second Q&A. Before we get things started, I just thought I'd let you know why, well, part of the reason why this took so long. Firstly, this is actually my 4th time recording this, like, in full, because my software likes to crash and not save what I've done. So, hopefully this will be the last time I have to do this, and, the audio for this is all uncut, so if I stutter or something, just bear with me. And, yeah, I think let's just get this thing started. So, my first question comes from Dalek Slayer 1. He asks, have you ever been to a day out with Thomas? I've not actually been to it, and I have seen the Thomas they have sitting in the shed there. And, you know, with the animatronic face now and such, this summer. And that was pretty cool. I hope to go next summer and actually, you know, go to an event. His second question is, who are your favorite Thomas characters? My favorite Thomas and Friends characters are Edward and James. I like the way they look, and I like the way they interact with other characters and their personalities, and yeah. Zara21 King asks, Soda and Peril? Maybe 2014 or fall? I'm really pushing for a fall release, hopefully, but you guys know how I am with release dates. I've been working very hard with it, and I've been filming it and such for like the entire summer and, you know, part of the school year, and lines for it are actually already coming in, and I've got it, like, editing is already underway for it with the footage I do have, and it's hopefully going to be released by fall. And the second question is, if I gave you this video idea, making a crash scene with the new bridge by the creek, would you do it? I would, except for the fact that that set was temporary and I took it down. Sorry. Generations113 asks, how did you make the running water effect for your river set? It was actually pretty straightforward. So I built the set with the bridge and moss on the sides and such, and it all sits on a piece of insulation foam. And so I left the part where the river was going to go through, like that was just blank, no ballast, no moss, no anything, and painted it black so that it wouldn't, like, the bottom wouldn't be pink. And then on the sides I added like kitty litter on the sides, and the set was actually like tilted at an angle so that the water would run off into a bucket below the set. And from the side of the set I had a pitcher full of water with a little bit of blue food coloring in it, and just poured it down. Yeah. His second question is, what characters would you like to see return to the Thomas and Friends TV show? Stepney, Boko, Daisy. This is a really generic list, but I would like to see them back in the series. And some newer characters like Molly and Neville and Murdoch. I think they'd be pretty cool to see in CGI. Jakerbreaker123 asks, how does it feel to get this many subscribers? It's honestly really breathtaking, and I'm really thankful for you guys like watching the videos and commenting and giving me feedback, and it's a nice feeling. Thank you. His second question is, if you could create a Thomas character, what would it look like? It would, if you're asking what basis it would be based on, I don't really know. I haven't really given it much thought, I guess. I think I'd like to see another type of, like, Diesel in the show, so maybe I don't know a specific class, but maybe like a more, I guess, larger Diesel, like Derek or something along the lines of that. Yeah. Ginger Percy asks, can you postpone Soda and Peril for 10 more years because Coronation Street is on? Absolutely. I will be more than happy to accommodate your needs. Sorry for any inconvenience. Kidding. Angry Bird Fan 98 asks, when did you first start making this show? Sodor and its Railways started in 2012 with Fumbles and Funnels, and the model adventures started in 2011, but we don't talk about that. If I gave you this idea for a video, making an explosion by random docks, would you ever do it? Maybe. It's an idea. You know, actually, I have a question for you guys. Please, like, in the comment section of this video, leave ideas for, like, videos that you'd like to see in the future and such. I know I did this about a year ago for, like, the 1,000 subscribers thing, and I'm still doing things from that, too, but, like, for new subscribers and such, like, what kind of videos do you want me to, what kind of videos do you want to see me doing in the future? Nightmare Studios asks, why is Butch in almost every video? Because he is gathering information to take down the Steam team. Woo! And what would happen if Thomas got in a fight with Butch? Butch would destroy him and become the rightful #1 tank engine on Sodor. Preston Bolton asks, what have you done to Oliver's face? I've actually taken it off, and I'm reworking it right now. Michael N asks, how long does it take to build a location? That depends on quite a few variables. One is, like, how large is it? What type, like, is it a countryside? Is it a yard? Does it have a lot of buildings? Moss? Trees? Do I need to buy anything to make it? Like, things like that. Is it permanent? Is it temporary? Like a generic Tidmouth Shed set, that can take about a week or something. His second question is, who is your favorite one-off character? Maybe... I'd probably say either Fergus or Molly. For his third question, you guys weren't supposed to ask 3 questions, but I'll answer it anyway. What's your favorite Sharon Miller episode? Double Trouble, the one, you know, with Sir Lowell Hat and Sir Topham Hatt. It's pretty, you know, Sharon Miller-y, but for the entertainment value, I don't care. It's fun, I guess. Ty the Train Guy asks, how long have you liked Thomas? Since I was 2 and I got my first starter set. And what is your most liked real steam train? Dulgoth, because, you know, he's Renee's bassist, but he's pretty cool looking, and yeah. Mr. Thomas N. Wally Jr. asks, what's your favorite Bachmann and Hornby model? In terms of looks, for Bachmann, I would probably say either Edward or Emily. And in terms of performance, I would probably say Salty. On Hornby model, Murdoch takes everything. Yeah, he's pretty awesome. And who do you hate on YouTube? I don't hate anybody. Right on Tracks 10 asks, how do you weather your models? Temporary weathering can be done with charcoal dust, which I used to do. But I've moved on to black paint, and not like full-on black paint, but like, you know, like dipping your paintbrush in the thing and wiping it on a napkin. Blackish coat, I guess. Thomas Blue asks, do you like Doctor Who? I've never seen it, so I can't say. Do you like Pokemon? Never seen it, can't say. Vinny Vince BBS5 asks, how big is your layout, and can you give us a short tour? I would, but there's not really too much to see right now. It's just, you know, Tidmouth Sheds, the tunnel, and the quarry are the only actual permanent sets, and I'm planning to actually make, you know, the big set soon. So I'll record that when it happens. And then, do you collect any other range of Thomas Friends toys, such as Take and Play, etc.? I actually do Ertl, and I do collect Wooden Railway as well. I also have a sizable collection of just like regular collectibles, like old audio tapes and things like from the 60th anniversary or earlier, like the golden Earl Thomas or metallic Earl Percy, or, you know, things like that. All in package, of course. PMT2 Productions asks, have you ever visited the websites Akinator, or Cleverbot Evie? I don't know how to pronounce that. Can you tell us your experience? I've not done the Akinator, but I have done Cleverbot, and I would highly recommend it because it is good if you don't have anything else to do. The Lego Movie. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. No pun intended. Montague Duck 48 asks, what other merchandise do you collect besides Hornby and Bachman? As previously stated, the Wooden Railway, Ertl, and other collectible items. And do you plan on making remakes? I tried, only finished about half of it, and it never, took off the ground. So, maybe, but I don't know. I don't really get committed to projects like that. I often get bored with them. But we'll see. I'll try. Flat Magnets 1992 asks, trucks or coaches? There's only one answer. Can I just say Clarabelle because she's both? Kidding. I'll go with trucks. And any plans for the future? Tons. But I'm not going to say anything at the moment. Lads Studios asks, what type of grass mats do you use? What company? I don't know the exact company, I just know that I bought it off of eBay. I'm sorry. It's fairly large though, it's about 5 feet by 4 feet. So, hopefully you'll be able to find something. His second question is, what all do you use to create bodies of water? Again, not too hard, just like foam, something on the sides, and water, and then a bucket to catch the water. Lightning63 asks, do you plan on creating any more custom engines like you have done with Dart and Oliver? I do actually. I'm currently working on about, well, I'm not going to give those away quite yet, but I am working on Lady, and I plan to do, Den in the future with the Hornby Sentinel. And, a few others I plan to do, but I don't remember them at the moment. And then, what is my favorite cookie? Chocolate chip chunk. Good goodness. Yes. Are you Richard the Blue Hunslet Engine asks, are you going to make Den, Diesel 10, Lady, Wilbert, Harvey, Paxton, and Boko, and could you show pictures? So, Lady, yes. Wilbert, maybe? I'd probably be more willing to do 16 before Wilbert, though. Harvey, maybe. Paxton, maybe later this year. And Boko, if I can get him for an affordable price, because his model is expensive. And do you have Trains, Thomas Stuff, and Train Simulator? I don't, I'm sorry. It's just, yeah, I'm not really interested. And third question, are you going to do another contest? Not in the near future. Bunny Dilly asks, why don't you make more Calebtrain videos? Love your content so much. Well, thank you, and, they do take kind of a while to make, so, depends. But hopefully they're worth it when they come out. And then, can you give us a close-up view of that detailed Thomas model? It looks really good. I would, but I'm currently, I plan to be reworking him soon, and I think I'd rather show him off then. I'll actually be, reworking and touching up the other models soon to make them look a little bit more like the television series, and you'll see what I mean soon. And then Andrew Tilson asks, what started the whole layout and YouTube thing? I think I can trace it back to when I first watched the video Thomas Blows His Stack. It was a Tomy video, and it was what really introduced me to the whole Thomas video thing. And then I always had some Bachman things like Thomas and Henry, and I thought that maybe I could start with, making videos with them. And then his second question is, who is your favorite engine from the entire Thomas the Tank Engine series? Yeah. And then Jordan Childers asks, huge fan, text me. I would, but I don't really give out my personal info. So, yeah. Bachman Thomas fan 123 asks, if you could write an episode for Thomas and Friends, what would the plot be? I've always kind of wanted to have, like rewrite and such Mudslide, because I think that's one of the best things I've written. But for a new concept, it would probably be an Edward episode, because he doesn't get much spotlight. And then, what is your favorite engine from the Bachman Thomas range? Edward. Thompson Line 2 fan asks, what is your least favorite character in CGI? I think I don't know because the logging locos are excuse me. The logging locos are 3 engines and so other than them, I would say Charlie, but I like the potential for his character. Probably just gonna go with Captain. I don't really like him. And then if you were to get rid of one of your models, who would it be? Probably Percy, because he's like my worst runner, and yeah. That about wraps it up for this episode, or well, part thing. So yeah, I guess I'll see you guys, later.